the whole of the Fourth Republic, successive governments, NDC, NPP, changing batons, 16 years apiece. This is how our natural resources have been managed. What God has kindly put into the ground for us to be a source of income and wealth for all of us, 34 million. Every time a deal is negotiated with our natural resources, Ghana gets given 10%, 11%, 5%, 13%. In fact, like today, 13% lithium. And they said we should clap for that. They said we should. In fact, the NPP first negotiated it and gave Ghana 15%. And they said we've done very well because some dispensations, some agreements, they have only 5% and 10%. So 15 is great. We should clap for them. No, we raised an issue. We went public, complain about this. But as usual, there was just impunity. They ignored us. And now we were hoping that when NDC came on, they will do something better, take the country into account a bit more. However, they actually have reduced the percentage from 15% to 13%. But from the story I've told you, neither 15% or 13% is anything to write home about. It's totally wrong. It's completely wrong. And this is why we are here today, to raise a loud shout about what has been going on while all of us were asleep in our beds. All of no Ghanaian knows about, the average Ghanaian doesn't know about what is going on. But we are here to tell you this so that we will do something and make sure that this does not continue. So, successive governments, that's their, like our brothers, to whom we have entrusted our natural resources to manage on our behalf for our common benefit, have consistently given away our natural resources to foreign companies. This is like the agent who was coming to sell the thing. So-called foreign investors who continue to give a mere pittance, almost like money to buy groundnuts. That's what we get out of it. Back to governments to pass on to us. Now, very little or very little does not go very far. So we remain poor. The majority of people in this country remain poor because the resources from our natural, the money from our natural resources is not getting to everybody. In fact, it's actually getting to very, very few people who seem to be satisfied with this status quo. So we remain poor and needy while the agents, so-called foreign investors, make billions out of our ground and take it all away year after year. Now, it's a very sad day in our nation that in 2025 we should be talking about this situation. It's a very sad moment, a day of shame for us to be talking about 13% gain for Ghana and 87% of it all goes to the foreigners. However, this is the story of our gold, the story of our oil, the story of our bauxite, the story of our diamonds, have all followed this pattern. The story of our manganese have all followed this pattern. Now, let me just try and make this more relevant. The huge amounts of money that are taken away from Ghana annually by the foreign companies, these are monies for our good roads that are not being built. Money that we should have used to build our roads, they are being taken away. Money that we should have used for our good, to build good health facilities, are being taken away. The money for investments in agriculture, in industry, to create jobs for millions of Ghanaians, young people, millions of them, this money is what is being taken away, leaving us with nothing to invest in the people and the nation of this country.